What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Morten Harket. And we're going back to his 2012 English language album, Out of My Hands, which I have to say, there are multiple opinions about, some of which more critical. I get it. It is far away from the, let's say, more typical folksy, poet with a pen type of feel to his songs. But again, as someone who enjoys electronic sounds and dance music of different types, a lot of the tunes so far have been very much in the area of interest. So yeah, ultimately, it is nice to hear different opinions about albums, not just for major groups that I'm going through, but some of the solo journeys as well. So yeah, shout out to you, whether you're a big fan of this album or not. I have to say, it feels like more are on the side of it's not that great, or at least it's not what we think of when we think of Morten's solo work, which I do respect. So either way, the next tune is Quiet, which I'm guessing the tune itself won't be quiet. I suppose it could have hushed sonic atmosphere, be a bit more restrained and low-key, but given the nature of the album and the more electric and dance-oriented sounds, I would be less inclined to think that. So not sure what to make of it, but quiet, the absence of noise, strictly speaking, makes me wonder whether it could have a more figurative meaning, like, if you feel lonely, it's quiet because, you're not talking to people, you're not sharing experiences with people. I could consider ways in which the phrase would have deeply human meanings, but obviously it's a single word title, and, with no other context, it's hard to get a sense of what it might be. Let's find out. This is Morten Harket. The track is Quiet, and it's from the 2012 album, Out of My Hands.
Saw you walking by the place where we used to meet. Turn your head and disappear onto busy street. Nothing mattered back when things were true, but you were beautiful, you had things to do. The snow has covered every track from me to you, and you will never know, my love, what I think of you. Till you touch the sky like you wanted to. Did you make her laugh the way you told me to? When I see in your eyes, just like I used to do. Things are quiet now when I think of you. Have you made a life for her? Are you quiet too? Like a plane across the sky before the sound breaks through. Have you made a life, or are you quiet too? The snow has covered every track from me to you, and you will never know, my love, what I think of you. Did you touch the sky I see it in your eyes, like I used to do. Like I used to do.
That like diesel engine at the center of the track.
I saw you walking by the place where we used to meet. Turn your head and disappear onto busy street.
So you talk a lot about the Sonics, and then that happens. Number one, I feel like this is a bit more wheelhouse in terms of the song sound and structure. It felt less dance oriented. It did still have some electrical sounds, including again that like gritty haze at the center of it, whereas everything else is like smooth acoustic guitar and like the floating Sonics. But there were some electric sounds along the way. But again, it felt less like this album than other tunes from this album, if that makes sense. And yeah, like I end up like really keying in on the lyrics, and it feels like, you know, the passage of time is being indicated. Like if snow has fallen and covered all the tracks between you and another person, then it, you know, it hasn't just been a minute or two. Like significant time has passed, maybe multiple seasons, and the idea of, you know, the a place where you used to meet and the significance of it, and then maybe you see them again later and they just turn and look, you know, because it's like it's a totally different life. It's, you know, it's like different people almost. But I love this idea that in the wake of that, he still has this strong emotion, and he, you know, it's like you won't know that, but you know, did you reach the sky like you wanted to? And it's like you can. He doesn't. I don't. Didn't feel like he said it overtly, but you feel like he's hoping that she did. He's hoping that, you know, she attained whatever heights that she wanted to. And to have Morten have a line like that, to go vocally up into the sky is like, you know, it's like making me emotional, and it's, you know, it feels like a cheat code. It's like he's one of the few vocalists who can make that part what it is. And then again, not just the idea that did, you know, he or did she reach the sky, but then it's like, did you make a life for, you know, because she apparently, like, upon parting, it's like, well, I hope you make a life for yourself, you know, and he's wondering, did you do that? So if it's funny, like I was listening to a Kate Bush tune earlier in this session, and there's a part where it sounds like she's seeing someone that she used to be with another woman, and she's wondering how that makes her feel and what they're doing, and it, like this, you know, it felt like a different sentiment, even if the context is a bit similar. So it felt more positive and just genuinely hopeful that the other person is doing well. So, you know, I don't know, it wouldn't be surprising to me if this is a song that speaks to someone. I know not the whole album is written by Morten, but someone's ex that they still have very strong feelings for. It just felt deeply personal. Obviously you can make up a concept like this for the sake of a song, but you know, as someone who's had strong emotions and, you know, been conflicted in how I feel after a multi-year relationship, and, you know, wondered like, what are they doing now? Like, you know, I hope it's worked out to some extent, you know, like I hope, you know, the issues that we had, and, you know, I hope that there's some measure of closure and so on, but you don't know. And so the idea of I like wondering those questions, it felt very real. So yeah, shout out to Morten, shout out to a tune that seemingly, like, you know, the Morten and the album heard me and said, okay, so you're gonna preface this song with that sort of intro. Well, let me give you a tune that's not quite what you're thinking. So yeah, a cool tune, really enjoyed that one. Shout out to Morten, and again, his co-writers on this album. Do let me know what you think. Again, next time we come back to Morten, we'll be back to Vogt's Villa, so try to work through both of them and just keep on schedule. I know I'm a couple days late here with Morten, but you know, I'll keep doing what I can. Admittedly, during the holiday period, you know, I have some holiday stuff coming, including for AHA specifically. I mentioned It's going to be a video where I talk about albums, and there's going to be, at least on my Patreon, the full video of the Aha movie. I do have to say though, I've asked a couple people, and I think they both were like, yeah, I think I could probably send it, you know, I'll have to check into like whether I have the, you know, space to do that or whatever. At this moment in time, I don't currently have it. I'm sure there's, you know, multiple of you who can make that happen, but yeah, I won't need it for like another week or so, but I do want to do it before Christmas, so yeah, we'll figure that out in the next couple weeks. And as I said, the reactions like day to day may be slightly fewer for the next 2 or 3 weeks, but that's in part because I have some, you know, holiday like special stuff coming. So in any case, let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.